Hi guys, welcome to Bloodline Bowfishing. I'm Joel, and today I'm going to show you a few things that I've learned over 20 plus years of bow fishing experience. Some of the stuff that you're going to need while you're out on the water. Basically what I've done is I've got this pelican case here. This is my bow fishing survival kit. I can't go anywhere without this thing, bow fishing, because it's got everything I need in here pretty much. I mean, you can't fit everything in here, of course, because we all know if you've been bow fishing for any period of time, get out there on the water. Yeah, it happens. It does. And sadly enough, we pay for what we do greatly. Nothing's really cheap in this business or this sport here. So, first thing I want to cover is a little trick that I've learned. I used to use the AMS retrievers, which I still have some. Like, it's down here in the bottom of this case. These retrievers, which you can get a slotted one, which this is. You can let the big fish run, pull all your string out, and have a float or a bottle tied to it. But one thing I've learned, since I primarily shoot the muzzies now, so you get a big fish on the line and say he gets hung up, burst of energy, she takes off running on you. Have a bottle ready in your boat with a string already tied with a loop on it. You can attach this to your line and then cut it free so she can run and pick her back up later. Another good thing is you got this right here. I usually have some glow sticks. I think I do in here somewhere. If you're at night, crack open a glow stick, throw it in there, put the cap back on it, and you can have a weight attached to these and a lot more string. I'd be a different one. Wrap it around the bottle for storage. You drop a bow overboard, or you need to mark where a spot is, where you found fish, whatever, just a good lighted marker. Throw a glow stick in there, crack it, and you've got an instant little marker buoy. As for my kit, I don't have everything in here right now. It's kind of disorganized. I've been in and out of it for a while. I need to break it back down, but I carry a little bit of everything in here. Got koozies, gloves to help protect your hands. Can't stress it enough how much these things will save you. Some people have gotten really sick due to cuts and the infections that they get. A good friend of mine, Dean Mize, is in intensive care over this. So protect your hands. And another thing that brings me to is keep a first aid kit on the boat at all times. I have another bag, a separate backpack that I have. It's my bug out bag, if you will. I have first aid items. It's huge. I've got a lot of stuff in it. I like to be prepared. I was in the military for 8 years, so I like to have everything I can. As for what's in my pelican case, I carry spare reels, spare reel parts, gears, pins, nuts, bolts, screws. I carry knives, headlamps, tools, screwdrivers, wire brushes, hammers, a file. This is very important to have with you unless you just have a whole lot of tips. You hit a rock or whatever, your point gets a little dull, you can quickly take your tip, just file it real quick. You can do this with pretty much any tip. I haven't seen one yet that you can't just get it back to a sharp point. Really handy to have a file in here. Wire cutters, pliers, wrenches, other spare parts. I've got some paracord in here, spare batteries, smaller wrenches, electrical tape, more knives, an assortment of zip ties. I carry all my cards for filming and the GoPros and the other cameras in here because it's a waterproof case. Tape measure, of course, it's got to be 25 foot because we only shoot giants. Razor knives. And I had this little plastic container here. It used to have DeWalt screwdriver bits in it, but I used to keep my tips in this. I'm just running low at the time. And a must for anybody that bow fishes, you've got to have your Allen wrenches. Always keep them in there. And then for my arrows, I have this little Plano tackle box. It's real cheap. You can buy them at Walmart, Bass Pro, whatever. It keeps this more separated from everything else. I keep my my bowstring wax in here, my super glue for the nocks, and I have probably 100 or so nocks in here because you will bust nocks. That's just a given. I have a little bit of everything here. There's some spare tips, AMS safety slides, the stops. I have extra nuts, screws, and bolts in here, Allen wrenches, a little bit of everything. You can't be too prepared in bow fishing because, you know, like I said, stuff happens. So having all this just makes life a lot easier, especially make sure you have that first aid kit. And guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you wear those personal flotation devices out there and join the BAA to help protect your rights. Thanks for watching.